Hi guys, it's Khristina from Redefine Creative, and I am back with another For the Love of Homemade kits. And so this is for the Crafty Maven Getaway, where we are taking a monthly inspiration board, which is new this year, instead of a weekly one. So we're taking a monthly inspiration board, and then every Sunday I'm going to work with, the first Sunday I put together a stash kit that's going to go along with that mood board. And then every Sunday in the month, I'm going to be back with a video creating with my stash kit. And so, full disclosure, I have to say, in January, I had like massive epic failure of using my kit. So I showed you guys a kit and I created a layout or two, and then I just kind of like fell off into non-existence, and creativation happened and life happened. And so we are back now with February and a brand new kit. And this month is going to be much, much, much better. So, this is the mood board. It is posted in the Crafty Maven Getaway group if you want to check it out there. And so some things that stuck out to me, first off, was definitely the colors. So there's two kind of different color palettes going on here. So we've got the black, gray, and the yellow. And then we kind of have this like turquoise, pink, melon kind of color combination as well. And I love how in this mood board, they're combined together and then they're also separated out. So you could pull this into two different directions where you're using the colors separately, or you can use them all together. So I like that, first of all. The other thing I noticed was this happy birthday, and not necessarily the birthday part, although I do have a birthday in my house this month. I liked these letters. And I have a stamp that's close to these. So that immediately triggered something in my stash that I knew I wanted to pull out. The other thing that I really, really was drawn to is these little icon stamps or icon images that were in the mood board. And I love how they have a burst of color behind with a little image over the top. And so I also pulled out some planner stamps for my scrapbooking kit this time, because I feel like that's going to help me get that look, because I really, really want to include that particular look. All right, so for this month, Hannah posted a kind of recipe for how to put together our kits, which I find to be really helpful because I have my mood board and then I have some guidelines of what to pull out of my stash. So as I go, I'm going to kind of show you where they fit in with Hannah's and then what kind of extra sneak things that I threw in there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just move all of my embellishments here off to the side, and I'm going to start with the paper. And so for the paper this time, we could use a bold, a neutral, a watercolor, hearts, and something that was at least 2 years old. So those were the 5 things that Hannah wanted us to use. And so very quickly, my bold pattern is going to be this one. And this is from Vicki Bouton's All the Good Things, and it's called Happy Thoughts. And so it's just got this real bold vertical stripe. It has this kind of floralish on the back. But I plan on using this really bold stripe as part of my pages this month. So that was my bold. As far as my neutral, I pulled out another one from that same All the Good Things collection. And this one is called Pretty Words. So I wanted to get this black and white element into this kit, because as you can see just from glancing at it, there's a lot of really bright, fun, happy colors going on. So I wanted a little pop of black and white. And this does have this really great pink kind of color on the back, so I can always use that if I want to. So this is going to, even though it's making a bold statement, that's going to be my neutral element. So that's going to be that black and white. Watercolor look, I pulled this one. So also from the same collection. This one is called Pop of Color. And it does have this, all these circles have this kind of watercolor brushed feel. And then the back is just a plain pink watercolor. So this is going to bring in that watercolor element that Hannah was looking for all of us to use. And it's also going to tie all of my colors together. So it gives me a lot of options for color choices throughout the month, which is good because I don't want to get bored with the kit that I put together. The next one she wanted us to have was hearts. And so the heart paper that I pulled is from Amy Tangerine's Hustle and Heart. And so this is one that just has all the different kind of color variations and different sizes of these kind of hand-drawn hearts. It is called Love Wins. And then it does have kind of a subtle bee pattern on the back. But I'm planning on using this side, and I like how well this coordinates with all the color choices that I already have in my kit. And then the other one was something that was at least 2 years old. And so my 2 years old paper, I believe it's this one. Yes, is this one. This is from Crate Paper Heart Day, and it's called Lovely. And so it has kind of the stripes with some of the black and white elements like are in the other parts of this particular kit. And then it also has just this pale pink with white hand-drawn hearts on the back. So I could use either side. And I like having the variety in my kit where I can choose between the A side and the B side, and both of them will work. Knowing myself, I also added a few other pattern papers to the mix because I am a huge layerer and I like to do cut files and stitching and those types of things. And so knowing myself, I knew that this was not going to be enough paper for me. For your kit, it might be totally different. You might be good with just those 5, and starting small is a great idea if you don't work with stash kits often. All right, so I also pulled in this one from Crate Paper Good Vibes. It is called Flourish, and I have used this paper once before. So I liked that I had the black and white element to kind of go along with some of the black and white. And then I also have a different option here for the two-tone pinks, which matches perfectly with some of the other things in my kit. And then I also grabbed another paper from Hustle and Heart. This one is called The Bright Side. And it has these great watercolor, really bright stripes on this side. And then some more blue, teals, turquoise hearts on the back. And so I definitely want to incorporate this in here. I love how this one looks with this polka dot paper. And then if we put some black detailing in between them, that would be great. That's totally me right there. All right, last one I picked. This one is also from Hustle and Heart. It's called Oh So Lovely. So this definitely has some, you know, painted feel on this side. And then this really great blue with some white circles on that on the back. And this one also coordinates really well with the colors that are in my kit. So I could pull out, you know, the blues and the yellows and the black and whites or something like that and go make a very boy-centered page. Or I could go with some of the pinks and make a very girl-centered page. And so that makes it more versatile for me. I also pulled out, and you can put this in the embellishment category or in the paper category, I suppose, the main squeeze paper pad. And I will likely go back and grab the Hustle and Heart paper pad as well. But this one also has some great elements for the embellishments and types of things that are coming up in the other parts of the kit. So I thought this would give me some little different elements that I could pull in and use and cut apart as well. So I pulled that out. All right, so on to the embellishments part. First thing on the list was cork. And so I have pulled out these I got on clearance and haven't used them. Just some cork circles that have this white detailing, and because this is such a bold, bright colored kit, having that white on top of the cork is definitely something that's going to help me tone it down a little bit. And so I like how that kind of mixes in with everything else in the kit so far. The second thing was fringe or pom-poms. So I have pulled out some fringe pom-pom border in this really bright, colorful blue. So this is definitely going to work as an accent with some of those blue elements that are in several of the pattern paper. So we'll throw that in there. The other thing was red or pink. And so I have quite a few things that are red or pink. But for this particular one, I'm just going to throw in some pink embroidery thread. Because I do want that reminder when I pull out this kit that, hey, you intended and you wanted to do some stitching this month. So that will help remind me when I'm pulling out the kit itself, because I will keep it all in one bag. All right, the next thing was layered embellishments or stickers. And for that one, I am going to grab these Amy Tangerine Hustle and Heart. And these are layered stickers, so they already have that dimension and that great layering to them. Some of them have some vellum accents. And as you can see, I haven't opened this yet. This is not her newest collection now, so definitely excited to get that on the page. And it works really well with all the colors I have picked out so far. So that should go well with this kit. All right, the next thing on the list was copper or rose gold. And so this one gave me a little bit of a struggle because everything else in the kit has gold, not copper or rose gold. So we're going to see how that goes. I may have to abandon that and go with regular gold or something like that, or I may need to bring in something else. But for now, I just picked up this brand new acrylic paint that is rose gold colored, and I haven't gotten a chance to try it yet. So we are going to throw this into the kit. That's the color it's supposed to be, which is really gorgeous. We're going to throw it in this kit and see if I can get that worked in or if I need to change up a few things. All right, the next thing was frames. And so I grabbed a variety of those. I just have one big box of frames in my stash. And so I grabbed one that has the gold detail that's going to go with some of the things that are here. I did grab a couple that are rose gold, and these are some Project Life frames from like a big pack. So this is going to help me try and get that rose gold element brought into my kit. And then I also grabbed a gold glitter, and this is going to go with something else that I have over here in my embellishment stack to kind of help tie that together. And then I did bring in a black and white, just because I do have some of those black and white elements that I want to include in the kit. All right, bows. This is where that gold glitter is going to come in, because I did grab 2 gold glitter bows. And so we're going to throw those into this kit and see if we can get a couple of those used up. And the other thing that was on the list was old thickers or alphas. And so I grabbed the same alpha. This is a Calberteschi alphabet. It's one of my favorite foam alphabets from Thickers, and it's an Amy Tangerine. And I have it in both black and pink. And because both of them are going to go with this kit, I am going to include both of them just so that I have an option or I can mix and match. And so they both are going to make the cut into this kit. And they are both partially used already, so no big deal there. And then the other thing that I had said kind of in the beginning when I was looking at this mood board is I wanted to pull in some stamping, because there's these really great little images with the color, and then there's this alphabet that I knew I had a similar stamp. So I am going to include, this alphabet is from Studio Calico, and see how the letters kind of mimic some of these details where they have that kind of squiggly lines and those types of things. So we're going to include that one and try and get that used in this kit. And then I also grabbed some Kelly Perky planner stamps. And this one, the only reason I grabbed this one particularly is because it has a travel theme, and I have a lot of travel photos, but it has a great variety of little icons that I can potentially use to kind of create this same look from the mood board. And so I'm going to throw those in here as well. And so for now, that's going to do it. I absolutely anticipate that I'm going to end up adding some extra things for my stash throughout the month. And as I'm doing videos, I'll let you know when I add things in. So if you want to grab the same things from your stash or something like that, you can absolutely do that as well. If you are joining us this month and creating a stash kit along with us, please make sure that you tag me so that I can see what your kit looks like and what you are creating as well. And I will be back to see you next Sunday with my first layout using this kit.